The reason that you are exhausted and overwhelmed isn't because you have too much to do. It's because you don't know how to manage the pressure that you're taking in from everything and everyone else around you. If you are someone who constantly feels like you are rushing through life, addicted to productivity, or can't seem to relax without guilt, then this video is for you. Today, I'm sharing how an aspect of your human design, your root center, plays a huge part in feeling grounded, empowered, and in control of your energy. Hi, I'm Nina Elise. I'm an embodiment and growth mentor and a human design specialist. I help driven women reconnect with themselves, clear what's in the way, and build deeply fulfilling lives rooted in authenticity and alignment. If that resonates, make sure that you hit subscribe so you don't miss future videos designed to help you intentionally create a life that you love and deserve. Now, let's dive in. So I have an undefined root center in human design. And for the longest time, I didn't even know what that meant. All I knew was that I was always rushing. I lived off of checklists. I was addicted to the high of crossing things off. And I thought the more that I got done, the more worthy I was. But no matter how much I accomplished, I was still anxious, still overwhelmed, and I thought something was seriously wrong with me. I just could not slow down. And it wasn't until I discovered human design and learned about the root center that everything finally clicked. So before we get into the actual meat of the video, I'm going to break down what the root center is and the difference between undefined and defined. So the root center is one of two pressure centers in your human design chart. It's a motor center that drives us into action. It governs our physical drive to survive, get things done, and manages our external stress. It is directly connected to our relationship with momentum, with deadlines, and pressure. So about 60% of the population has a defined root, which means they experience consistent access to that motor energy. They have a reliable way of processing pressure and stress. But there are 40% of people who have an open or undefined root, which means that they are amplifying and absorbing pressure from the world around them. And just really quick, if you hear anyone saying open or undefined, they are basically the same thing. The center is just not defined or colored in. The only difference is that an open center doesn't have any gates hanging in the center and an undefined does. But honestly, don't worry about that if you aren't familiar with human design. You just want to know if the center is colored in or not. If you are not sure if your root center is undefined or defined, just comment design below and I will send you a free link to look up your chart. So here's how to know if you might have an undefined root. You feel constantly rushed, even if no one is rushing you. You hate wasting time and try to squeeze in everything. You might feel pressure to get everything done before you can actually sit down and finally allow yourself to relax. You may feel guilty resting or can't sit still for long. You also may panic when your day doesn't feel productive. Does that sound familiar? This is the not self voice of the undefined root center. I have to get it all done right now. You are in a constant state of reacting to invisible pressure. And what is so wild is that you might be assigning these tasks to yourself. No one else is asking you to do more, but you might feel like you're in a race with absolutely no finish line. And that was me for years. And even on slow days, I couldn't relax. I would literally make up things for me to do. And I was always on edge, like there was a timer running out and I needed to beat the clock before I could earn my peace. And even after discovering human design, I kept overriding my energy. I would say yes to every opportunity, respond to every message immediately. And why was this? It was because deep down, I was still trying to prove my worth. I was also feeling this very deep pressure that I was constantly trying to get rid of. But this pressure isn't truth, it's conditioning. And until I got radically honest with myself and began deconditioning my nervous system, I stayed in that reactive loop of trying to get rid of that pressure by constantly doing. Your nervous system, when conditioned through an open root center, gets wired to believe that safety equals doing, that rest equals danger. And when that happens, your entire body starts chasing stress as a way of feeling productive. But you don't have to live like this. The magic of the undefined or open root center is that it's not broken. It's actually brilliant. It's sensitive, it's aware, and when you are grounded, you become incredibly discerning about which pressures are actually worth acting on. So now, instead of reacting to pressure, I pause, I breathe, I check in, and I get to choose where my energy goes based on my authority, not the invisible ticking clock in my head. And you can too. I'm going to share how I learned to manage the pressure from my undefined root center. First, take an audit of your day. Where are you adding pressure that doesn't need to be there? Are you assigning yourself tasks that aren't even urgent? And this is where you need to get really, really honest with yourself. What can you set down and what can you delegate or ask for support? Because there are so many people around you who will and can help you. Second, make better lists. I am the list queen and still use them to this day. The key here is to break your to-do list down into priorities. What has to get done today? What can wait? So I like to create my weekly schedule in my notes app on my phone. So I will create a list of everything that needs to get done, then put my main priorities in, like meetings and events that I need to be at. And then I will pepper in what I need to get done that week in between all of those. Next is to practice presence. When you feel the need to rush, all you need is a simple pause. So feel the pressure, name it, breathe into it, let yourself sit with it without reacting to it. And when you name the pressure or the emotion, you automatically reduce the intensity and fear around it. And from there, you can be the observer and then make decisions from a more clear mind and not from a need to get rid of that pressure. Next, ground your body. Thematic and grounding work is so helpful in learning how to work with the pressures of an undefined or open root center. So go outside, walk barefoot, stretch, do breath work. Your root center is in your body and not in your mind. So come back to the body, shake it out, and just be with yourself. And lastly, learn how to say no, or at least not now. You don't owe anyone urgency. It is safe to move at your own pace. In fact, make that your new mantra and write it out somewhere where you will see it every single day. And just feel yourself relaxing every time you hear it and allow it to become a new belief system that you repeat over and over again. At the end of the day, having an undefined root is not a flaw. It's actually a superpower because you are more tuned in to what is going on around you. You can sense urgency, you can sense tension, you can sense pressure in the collective. And if you learn how to observe it without reacting to it, you become a calm, grounded presence in a world that is always rushing. And you don't have to rush to be successful or to be loved. You don't have to do more to prove your worth. You get to decide how much pressure that you hold. So here are a few ways to work with your undefined root center. First, set alarms for rest. So napping, pausing before reacting, even for 5 minutes. It may seem ridiculous, but this is like lifting a weight at the gym. You are building a muscle in the body to learn how to rest and to pause. Stop saying yes immediately. Let the pressure be in your body. Tell people that you will get back to them. Then give yourself time to make a decision that feels good in your body. You can also create slow rituals like morning stretching, tea breaks, laying down and listening to music. Whatever soothes your body, this helps to train it to slow down and to be more present. Another way is to start your day grounded. You can do this with simple movement, meditating in silence, or even journaling before you touch your phone. And I know that can be a tough one for many, including myself. Just know that you don't have to be addicted to urgency. You also don't have to live in your to-do list. This part of your human design chart isn't broken. It is a doorway to deep awareness, to stress management, and to peace. And if you want help exploring your human design and how to truly manage stress and pressure in a way that supports your nervous system and your goals, you can work with me one-on-one for a human design session, or you can also apply to my mentorship for a deeper transformation. I will link everything in the description below and the links right here on the page. And you can absolutely do this on your own, but having someone there to support you as you navigate the stresses of life makes such a huge difference. If you want a deeper look at your unique design, comment report below and I will send you a link to my Aligned by Your Design report, where you will dive deeper into your human design centers and how to use them as your superpowers. So to close, tell me in the comments, what has been your biggest challenge with your undefined root center? If this video was helpful, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and share it with a friend who needs to hear it. It means so much to me that you are here. And remember, your pressure does not define you. Your peace does. I will see you all in the next video.